we've come to inform you that this is no moon. This is another live react. Yes, welcome one and all, fellow Jedi, Sith, and everything in between. We are back with another Star Wars Plus live reaction show of the one and only Obi-Wan. And we are calling this segment...
The High Ground.
Yeah, so last time we visited Star Wars, we were, needless to say, a little bit disappointed with how things went. You know, with Boba Fett, which was basically Mandalorian Season 3.1. We knew that was a possibility, given the character and how much he's been built up over these decades, so kind of on us for not seeing that coming. But now in terms of this series, we're pretty much watching this to answer three big questions. 1, why was the show needed? 2, is this gonna present any sort of lore or mess up with the lore? And 3, why are we back on Tatooine again? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did not have high hopes for this. I didn't see a reason for this. I mean, it's not like Obi-Wan hasn't had any screen time. He had the entire prequels. He had at least the majority of the 4th episode of New Hope. He was in the Clone Wars, and he even made a cameo in Rebels. So I'm not sure why this is needed exactly.
I mean, to be fair, one, Ewan McGregor was one of the few good things about the prequels.
I won't argue with that. Yeah. Definitely. He does a much better acting job than people give him credit for. I've seen people say that he, single-handedly saved, the prequels in some aspects.
And also, despite being in a good portion of the prequels, there's something to be said for the lack of character he has in Phantom Menace.
Yeah, that's definitely a big sticking point, because I go off of what Plinkett said when he did his whole long review of that, asking why was it that Qui-Gon was the one who got the most focus and was the one that got to meet Anakin and make that whole deal in order to free him and get him to be trained as a Jedi, when really it should have been Obi-Wan doing that. Honestly, though, if you had never seen the Clone Wars and just watched the prequels, you would think that Obi-Wan hated Anakin from the get-go and that he was just saddled with this kid because his master was just really incompetent. And I don't blame him in that regards, but it kind of sets it up bad for the original trilogy, because when we see an older Obi-Wan, when he's talking about Anakin, he talks about him like he's his best friend, that he was so sad to see him go. Whereas meanwhile, you watch the prequels and he's yelling at him at every opportunity. It's almost no wonder Anakin fell to the dark side with the sort of resentment his master harbored toward him. But I mean, that's not what we're here to answer in this one. We know that Obi-Wan takes place in between episode 3 and 4, which is about a good, 19-year gap right there.
19-ish, 20-ish.
Yeah. So we know during that time that it's probably before Rebels, probably during Bad Batch. And the only thing we really know is that Obi-Wan takes Luke to Tatooine to have him live with his aunt and uncle, and pretty much just watches over him until the time comes for him to be the big hero the Resistance is waiting for. So I guess this answers the question, what was he doing all those years? And I question, why does it matter? Sorry, it's just after Boba Fett, I've kind of had my fill of Tatooine. It just baffles me why we keep setting things there, because Tatooine's such a shithole planet. It's just a desert place where, criminals hang out to do their thing without anyone giving them guff. So the fact that so much essential lore takes place there, it's like, you really couldn't go anywhere else? Anywhere else more fascinating? Really? Really, my only hopes for this is that it's at least entertaining, that we get a good Ewan McGregor performance. We'll maybe see cameos from characters either that appear in Rebels or some other, future Star Wars property. Maybe we'll learn something new or whatever. Maybe something foreshadowing something else. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not getting my hopes up with this whatsoever. I really am going into this with no expectations.
I feel like it's going to tie into Solo.
Doesn't Solo kind of predate all that, though?
Yeah, but I think there's been talk of Darth Maul and Obi-Wan having a thing, even though it's
what's the point?
Yeah, honestly, that was the most disappointing thing about Rebels.
It's that Maul went out like a bitch, pretty much. It's like they realized, oh yeah, we still have this one lingering plot thread who obviously can't appear in the original trilogy. We gotta get rid of him. We've already used up all of our badass points with these other battles and stuff, so let's get him out of the way. I know you make the argument that, like, Maul was old and worn down by that point or whatever, but I don't know. Yeah, he kind of went out like a bitch. Or either that or Obi-Wan's been holding back this entire time. Granted, he killed him once, but you'd think the other times they met up, he would have just done the same thing again, especially since the guy was basically crippled. Well, I do know one thing to look forward to, and that's the big Darth Vader fight. You probably heard about that.
I heard Hayden Christensen is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
I mean, he suddenly got a lot of love all of a sudden, I guess from kids younger than us who look back on the prequels with fondness, not realizing how utterly shitty they were. But whatever. I mean, I have nothing against the guy. I wouldn't call him a good actor. I wouldn't call him a deplorable actor, but I feel like he's someone who was, like, too new at this, and he was given, like, the worst material to work with.
They also really should not have stuck his face in the newer versions of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that was like sacrilege, honestly. I'm not one of those like Star Wars purists by any means. I don't hold the original trilogy in like a godlike reverence or whatever. I acknowledge there's things wrong with it. I'm willing to make fun of it, but I don't know, certain things I feel like just shouldn't be messed with. Like, it's okay if you want to add something that explains why there's this inconsistency or this plot hole, but I don't know, sometimes they go a little bit too far with that. It's like when Lucas realized, you know, he can put CGI into anything, so he re-released the original trilogy with like an abundance of CGI. So yeah, sorry if we're not the most excited going into this. We've already had our heart broken once by Boba Fett, and as we said, we don't see the necessity in this quite yet. We know that it has 6 episodes, again, shorter than Boba Fett for whatever reason. So they have time to do stuff, so hopefully they do something that's somewhat fascinating about this.
Should mention, too, day 1 they've dropped part 1 and part 2.
I gotta say, I was a little nervous because I'm thinking, oh great, I have an hour and a half of footage to seep through because of this. But on the one hand, that means it's one last week I gotta deal with going through this, especially if it's shitty, because dear God, sitting through Boba Fett sometimes was like, why are we here? Why are we still watching this? Why is this as long as it is? There's no point. I don't know if it'll be like with this. We'll have to wait and see. So that being said, let's get started and see what Obi-Wan's been up to all those years he's been hiding out on Tatooine. And play.
Watch them insert Cad Bane in here.
Oh, God. Of course you gotta start like that. Yes, we remember the prequels.
Meet Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan is ready.
I am ready to face the trials.
Just in time for it to have his master killed.
You've been a good apprentice, Obi-Wan. I see you will become a great Jedi Knight. Obi-Wan.
This is basically someone who just passed the bar and is expected to go into court on their first day.
Will bring balance.
That's the biggest fucking lie in history, and you know it.
Your apprentice, Skywalker, will be.
Why are we being reminded of all this? If you need reminding, you should not be watching this show.
This is the Disney Plus series, and they have all of the movies available to watch on Disney Plus. We don't need all this prologue here.
It's time for Anakin. I have the high ground.
Roll credits.
Underestimate my power. You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy this and not join them.
Technically, it never said that, and technically, we never learned that prophecy, so it could have been a liar for all you know. You're fucking delusional.
My wife and I will take the girl. We've always talked of adopting a baby girl. And what of the boy?
We'll just stick him on some shithole on Tatooine. That's fair, right?
And watch over him.
Your old master. How to commune with him, I will teach you.
Did you get all that?
How long was that? That was like 4 minutes. 4 minutes that I'll never get back. I want them back.
Although I do wonder now, were the adopted parents aware of the existence of the other sibling, and were they totally cool with this. Was the aunt and uncle aware of Leia's existence, and was Bail Organa and his wife aware of Luke's existence?
Well, Bail Organa was aware of the twins.
And he was totally cool splitting them up. That's kind of fucked up. Is this before or after the younglings were struck down? Oh, during! Okay, there we go. Run, you stupid kids! No wonder you all died.
Are we gonna see Grogu? Run, kids, run!
Seriously.
Good.
Thank you.
Wouldn't you already have done that?
Didn't we just see that happen in the prologue? What the fuck? Unless this group made it away somehow. It's one of those like hidden Jedi we find out years later actually, survived. 10 years later. So we're about halfway through the waiting period. So this would be during Rebels technically? Or the 5 years before Rebels?
I think it is about 5 years before
Wow,
Rebels,
Zubat appeared. Quick, hide the bodies. It's a W for Wumbo. Oh, is that one of those fucking Inquisitors? Yeah.
Yep.
That's one thing for Rebels.
They also had Inquisitors in Jedi Fallen Order.
What, no greeting? Not even a fruit basket. How rude. One guy looks like Data with a helmet.
You know who we are.
Inquisitors.
You know what we do?
You're a Jedi.
In actuality, I would say, the Jedi hunt themselves.
You really gonna be like that?
For example, in our line of work, rumors run rampant. Here's one I heard just recently. It involves a Jedi hiding right here, in your lovely saloon.
Do you mind with the monologuing? I'm trying to drink here.
Is the wanderer. Then he sees you. Man in need.
Just attack him already. We know what you're gonna do.
Stealing from you. Threatening you. You offer him a place to hide. Fresh water, shade from the suns. But the stories they begin, and they travel quickly. His compassion has been his undoing.
Did you read the script?
There. Prepare him for interrogation.
You're wasting your time, you know that, right? You'll never find us all.
Oh no, we can't get through!
You are reckless. You will forget this fixation with Kenobi, or I will relieve you of your duties. Is that clear?
Yes, Great Inquisitor.
At least she got shit done. Didn't monologue for half an hour.
I don't understand why they give their Inquisitors numbers.
I guess to prevent them from knowing each other, or, just to make them another soldier or whatever. It's no different than what they do with the clone troopers, or even the stormtroopers. I like meat or grits.
Space meat from deep space.
They can't find their Jedi if they don't eat your meat. Huh. Hey, Obi-Wan. You're a meat packer now?
And he's gotta make the money.
Yep.
Honestly, you see a lot of this, in the Jedi Fallen Order, the main guy is actually a scrapper.
Something you want to say?
You will give him what he's owed. You could have done it. Just saying.
Draw attention.
Like the last guy in line. Who's gonna notice?
People working up there.
Present to you, Lawrence of Arabia.
No one will be seated during Obi-Wan's dismounting.
He has his own security system rigged up. He's living with a Jawa.
You're late.
I will give them credit. They actually put subtitles in this.
I'll give you...
You're telling me Obi-Wan gave Luke that?
Tika, if you're going to steal my parts and then sell them back to me, could you at least clean them first? Courtesy.
Fucking Jawas. Bastard. Is that his too?
A Jedi.
Oh, the other guy.
I've heard the Jedi are all but extinct. Yeah.
Well, thank
He's right, being a human living out in the desert for a decade.
I must be your dream, boy.
I can just imagine the PTSD that he goes through, like, on a nightly basis.
Master Qui-Gon. Master.
What? Maybe he hasn't fully learned how to do it yet. To be fair, like, Yoda did have to go through that whole thing just to be able to learn it.
I don't want to talk about it.
And we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking. And I'm getting Boba Fett flashbacks. There's Luke. I feel bad for his aunt and uncle sometimes. They did not ask for this.
No.
And they shouldn't have had to put up with it, honestly. Look, they met Anakin once. That was it. And suddenly they're the Guardians. Plus, didn't Padme technically have a family? Just saying.
Did she? I don't know.
There were, like, deleted scenes where we meet her family. She had parents and a sister with kids.
Well, they were deleted. Plus, I'm guessing being with them would have been too obvious.
I guess.
I don't think very many people knew about Anakin's extended family.
True.
Master. I thought I saw you in town, but I wasn't sure. I didn't think you'd survived.
You're making some kind of mistake.
I'm sorry, my name is Nari. There's no mistake. Please. You have no idea what I've been through.
You led the Inquisitors to him, didn't you?
Does Obi-Wan have to force choke some bitches?
You must leave. You'll draw too much attention.
But I
You already
can't go.
did.
They're hunting me. You have to help me.
So you bring it to
You
him.
want my help? Take this. Walk into the middle of the desert and bury it in the ground. Stay hidden. Live a normal life.
What about the people that need us? What about the fight?
The fight is done. We lost.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
You don't even want
The
to know
Jedi
half
is
of it.
over.
Meanwhile, on the doomed planet of Alderaan.
See how much better she's being treated than Luke. Seriously, I'm sorry, but this is just highly unfair.
Remember, my sister's whole family is coming. I need their support, so try not to make anyone cry. There will be sweet mellows at the reception after. If you behave, I will let you.
She insisted you would find it amusing, Your Highness.
She's either in the cellar, in the kitchen, or in the woods.
Leia's troublemaking started early.
New droid for everybody to buy.
Yep. Only $29.99. It's like a little ladybug.
Medical fighter. Pleasure barge, boring. Casino ship, not bad. Ooh, a tri-wing. That's a new one.
That weird moment you realize she has more in common with Anakin than you realize.
Pilots.
It is like raising a boy.
Whatever that means.
Sounds offensive.
No Lola for the rest of the day.
But she didn't do anything.
Shut her down. I mean it.
Aw. Poor Lola.
If you behaved as well as you climbed, you'd be a senator already.
Good to know there's no age limit on being a senator.
I wasn't there.
I'd miss you.
It's nice we actually get introduced
You
to
know,
Greha for once.
I shouldn't be doing that.
Nah.
Also, she's supposed to be like 10 years old, because she seems way young.
Whereas the Tusken Raiders aren't shooting at this thing.
I want you to stay away from it. We don't need anything from you, Ben.
It's just a toy.
It's a lot more than that.
There's more to life than your farm, Owen. He needs to see that. There's a whole galaxy out there.
I'm asking you to leave us alone, Ben. I mean it.
Is he okay?
You don't care if he's okay. You care if he's showing.
It's my responsibility, Owen.
Well, I'm his uncle.
We talked about this. When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father.
Ooh.
Anakin is dead, Ben. And I won't let you make the same mistake twice.
Oh, fuck.
Know why we are here. There's a Jedi hiding on this planet. You will be rewarded well.
Or you'll be punished.
Riva!
Hands go first. This is the Outer Rim. You have no rights here. We're not under the Empire's All we want is...
He was an idiot.
If anyone knows anything about a Jedi, you know something? Farmer, right? Wife? Kids?
My family's of no concern to
They
you.
might be. You got a Jedi on that farm too?
No.
Why should I believe you?
I have no love for the Jedi. Jedi are vermin. I kill vermin on my farm.
You protect your family. You think you could protect them from me?
I think she's making bedroom eyes at him.
Tell me where the Jedi is, or this man and his family die! The Jedi are cowards. They failed you. Abandoned you. There is no point in protecting them. They would not do the same for you.
I mean...
Save this family.
No! If you remember anything, stand down, third sister. Be careful, third sister. You go too far.
Maybe you don't go far enough.
She has a real hate boner for Obi-Wan. Will you not train her or something? She became resentful.
Right on time as always. Anything good today?
A trade ship and an Aquilian Ranger.
Probably scouring for pirates.
That's what I said.
Don't encourage her.
All right.
Aw.
Jimmy Spitz, are you talking with an accent?
Let's get this over with.
Do the official princess wave.
Yup.
Your droids.
It's good manners.
You don't need manners when you're talking to a lower life form.
Then I guess I don't need manners when I'm talking to you.
Ooh, burn!
You know the difference between you and me, cousin?
I make this look
I know
good.
things. You know, my father says they never let you leave this planet. They don't want anybody to know about you because you're not one of us. You're not even a real Organa.
You're scared of him. Your father. You want him to like you, so you repeat what he says, even though you don't really know what
She's
it
doing the
means.
Jedi mind reading
You
thing.
think being like him will make people frightened of you, but really, you're the one who's scared. You've never made one decision for yourself in your entire life, and you never will. You may not have seen much, cousin, but I can see that. He was being horrible to everyone.
He's your cousin.
He's rude to droids.
You have to rise above Leia. You owe him an apology.
I'd rather be digested by a Jacko-beast.
Ah, I wish a scruffy-haired nerf herder would take me away.
I wanted to live out way past Cthulhu when I was your age. Jeez, Virgo.
What happened?
I got older. Had to find some other adventures. Started chasing your mother instead. In a few years, you'll be off to university, then junior senate.
Senate's boring. It's people in itchy clothes arguing.
Well, it may seem so.
I don't want to be a senator.
Which is why you'll probably be one of the best.
Not even a real Organa.
Don't ever say that.
Seriously, don't ever say that.
You are an Organa in every way. One day this planet will look to you, Leia. There are many ways to lead. You just have to find yours. Plus, imagine the look on your cousin's face when you get to boss him around for you.
Nice thought if this place was going to be destroyed in 10 years.
That is something that's been
downstairs.
missed from the prequels and in-between quels. Bail Organa and Leia having bonding.
Yeah. It is nice they're finally showing that. Showing her with her parents on her home planet.
She's gone.
thought you said you really got through to her.
You know what she's like.
I know who she's like.
Send the unit. She can't be far.
What the?
Hello, Princess.
Why are you here?
Just waiting
For what?
for you.
The heck? We didn't mention pirates before, right? Well, shit. Interesting transition.
We don't know who it was. No ransom, no leads.
She needs you, Obi-Wan. We can't trust anyone else.
What about the Senate?
We cannot let this become public. It would draw too much attention.
Were you a guard then? Or a bounty hunter?
Only you know how important she really is, Obi-Wan. If Leia is
I
discovered...
can't leave here, Bale. My duty is to the
What
boy.
about your duty to his sister?
Yeah, seriously.
She's as important as he is.
Yeah. Don't be an ass, Obi-Wan.
I'm not who I used to be.
Come on, dude. That shit doesn't go away that easily.
Find someone else. She'll be better off.
She's kidnapped, dude. She's in the worst possible spot right now.
Shut her up.
What other Jedi do you know right now that are on speed dial? Oh god, I just realized they're pirates. I'm wondering if he's gonna show up.
Oh god. I mean, on the one hand, that means they have a chance of actually rescuing her. On the other hand, I'm like, no, please.
I feel like I've seen enough of Hondo.
Oh.
Well, guess he didn't take Obi-Wan's advice.
I hope you're proud of yourself, Obi-Wan. Came to you for help, and look what happened. At least it takes the heat off him.
Did that guy just get fridged?
Kinda. Visitor?
She's headed for Dayu.
How did you know where he was?
Come.
They hid their signature behind a freight transport. The ship is on its way there now.
I'm not the man you remember.
Well, you're going to have to be.
I can't leave the boy.
This isn't about the boy, and you know it. You've made mistakes. We all did. It's the past. Move on. Be done with it. You couldn't save Anakin. But you can save her.
And what if I can't?
There is no one I trust more with my child than you. Please,
Big mistake, honestly.
old friend. One last fight.
One last time. Sit down, have a drink with me.
That's it.
I'm not afraid of you.
Give it time.
You're weird. You're weird.
Yeah.
Boba!
She was a showgirl!
Father will rescue me. He'll send a whole army.
This is a bad idea. Kidnapping kids.
Are you saying you have a bad idea about
Let's get
this?
over with.
Or a bad feeling about this?
You sure he's gonna come?
He fought beside her father during the war. He'll come. He won't be able to help it.
That makes
The
sense.
Jedi will hunt himself.
Now we bring you more sand. Digging up his old lightsaber. Thank God no sand creatures ate it. Going back to wearing stereotypical Jedi garb.
Well, you coming or not?
Is there an in-flight movie? Unless it just explains how she knows Obi-Wan. Like, I know technically she knows him through her father, but now that we know she's actually met him. Hence why she was so determined to get the message to him.
You know what would have made prequels better? More Bail Organa.
Yeah, Jimmy Smith is just so charming.
Not only that, but the character himself. Just...
Yeah, for a senator, he really puts himself out there.
Mhm.
Like, more so than any senator, like, should. Honestly, the fact that he survived the prequel trilogy is a testament in and of itself. I mean, it still sucks what ultimately happens to him in A New Hope, but at least he made Leia who she was.
Yes.
And that made all the difference.
That's all, yeah, that's the most important thing.
I will say this has been a surprise so far. I thought we'd just get Obi-Wan being emo in the desert endlessly, but no, we have the more fascinating story of Leia as a kid. And honestly, like, that's something we've never seen before. Her growing up on Alderaan.
Flea!
Flea, what are you doing in this?
Aren't you, like, back together with the Red Hot Chili Peppers or something?
It's Star Wars. Anybody will jump at the chance. Let's face it.
John Williams!
Well, of course. It wouldn't be Star Wars without John Williams.
Yeah, no, I mean, this definitely feels like, since The Mandalorian, probably the most Star Wars-y thing.
I'm surprised the direction this went in, but I like it. And I like that we're not spending the whole fucking thing on Tatooine. Thank God for that. But now that means we got Obi-Wan out in space chasing Leia to God knows where, Inquisitors on their tail, and you know that's inevitably gonna lead back to Vader. Okay, well, count me excited. Count me excited and pleasantly surprised. I'm actually eager to see where this goes, and I'm glad we immediately have a part 2 to follow up with this.
I'm glad we got a bunch of the old crowd back. We got our Jimmy Smits, we got our Ewan McGregor. I believe it's the same guy playing Uncle Owen, right? From the prequel.
Pretty certain.
Yeah.
One thing I was wondering, because I don't know if they ever made it explicit or not, so he doesn't know that Anakin is Darth Vader. Because I know he was determined to keep Luke on the planet for his own safety because of what happened with Anakin, but I thought it was because of what Vader is, but apparently that's not the case.
I'm guessing Obi-Wan told him as little as possible so that
I suppose
something like that wouldn't happen where...
Yeah, it's safer that way, honestly.
The less he knows, the less of a target he is.
So as far as he knows, Anakin was killed in Order 66, and Obi-Wan hid him away so he wouldn't be killed too. So that's why he wouldn't let Luke off the planet.
It would be on brand when you think about it, given that Obi-Wan neglected to tell Luke that his father was Vader.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why not lie to Owen as well, and Beru?
Yeah, why should they know what's going on?
Part 2.
Yeah, so took a quick break there because these are pretty long episodes, surprisingly. I just wanted to decompress and pretty much absorb all this new information we just learned. Because honestly, this is a pretty good start. I did not expect this, and it was a pleasant surprise overall. Now we get to see exactly what happens when Obi-Wan goes off into space to pursue Leia. I mean, obviously he's going to rescue her. The question is, who is he going to encounter along the way? That's the concern here, especially that one Inquisitor that, as I mentioned, seems to have a real hate boner for Obi-Wan. The Inquisitors are all, like, technically Jedi, right?
I believe so. I think they're Jedi granted amnesty and kind of Vader's personal army of tracking down other Jedi, either recruiting them or doing away with them. More the latter.
Okay, so makes sense that, given her age, she would have known Obi-Wan. Probably would have been, youngling.
Definitely, I'd say like a good number of them were either Padawans at the time or seasoned Jedi who were gonna turn anyway.
All I know is that I'm excited right now to see where we go from here, because, like I said, I didn't expect half these cameos, so I'm on the edge of my seat now to see where we go from here. So let's get started and see what happens when we chase these pirates in the sky. Hopefully Leia kicks their ass.
Ho, ho.
Yo, ho, ho. Yo, ho, go.
Skip.
No.
Had enough of that in the first episode alone.
Yep.
I miss the 20th Century Fox logo at the beginning. Ties it all in.
I don't think the mouse would approve.
The mouse owns Fox now. Would it be so much trouble to give Star Wars back to Fox, basically, because they'd still own it?
It's like the first time in 10 years he's been on another planet.
I'm looking for a ship. I was tracking its signal.
You're in Daiyu now. All signals in or out are blocked. Oh, like there's secrets out here.
So you have a city version of Tatooine?
At least it's more aesthetically pleasing to look at.
Or perhaps Daiyu is just a city on another planet.
Any credits?
Wait a sec.
Yeah. He did express interest in coming back as a clone trooper.
Boba, you fell on hard times.
I'm surprised I wouldn't recognize him.
Out of the way.
Guessing that one didn't fight with Obi-Wan.
All right, come on, bring it up.
I mean, considering how widespread the clones were and how numerous.
You want some spice, old man? I got Pesto, Pure, Glitterston, and Felution. What do you need?
Want some drugs?
I'm looking for my daughter, because she was taken, and she's on this planet.
If she's here, you're never gonna see her again. Nobody leaves this place. I was someone's daughter once, too. That one's free. Couple more of those, and you forget she ever existed.
You don't want to give me this. You want to go home and rethink your life.
You having trouble?
There's a Jedi. He helps people.
Huh.
The Jedi are all gone.
I'll take you to him for the right price.
You got drugs, man.
I won't let anything happen to you.
This feels like a trap.
Huh. Hi, Kamalian Gianni.
Huh.
Spaceport passenger check 83C. Do you read? Over.
Went from a Marvel superhero to a Jedi. Interesting transaction.
Mind trick. I'm inside your mind. You're inside the mind. I'm sending a mother and son to your gate. You will let them through when they arrive. I'll let them through when they arrive.
You can do that over a comm?
Give passage to Corellia. Not leaving your mind. No.
Yeah, no, he's not a Jedi.
This has got to be for show.
Force is so strong with you.
Yeah, I know. Use gate 3C.
Thank you for helping us, Haja.
Oh, the Jedi must protect their own. With your son's abilities, they will come for him. Say.
Selling them out.
We will never forget you.
You must. My safety depends upon it.
My
Now go.
business depends upon it.
Go.
Well, she's never seeing her son
Hey,
again.
little one.
Yay, child trafficking.
All right, they're on their way. I'm going to take a quick break, okay? Call you in a little bit. I'm Haja Estri, Jedi. I help all who are in need. In return, I ask only a few credits. The shadows
A
of my
few
realm,
credits.
but the light is an unforgiving place for my kind.
Of course. How much?
500 to locate the girl, another 300 to take you to her.
Goodness, that light is unforgiving.
That's a really good deal. Oh, make it 1,000. I'll even show you some tricks. What do you know of the Force, my friend?
Just because a lot of remotes and magnets.
Yep.
Okay, I know how this works.
Yes, it looks like you just took money from that family.
I got them safe, just a little poorer. You're not gonna tell anyone, are you?
That depends on what you tell me. You're a bottom feeder. A rat who preys on weakness. But in my experience, rats know more about the sewers than anyone else.
So judgmental.
I mean, he's been around the block.
You're gonna help me find this girl I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You'll help me?
Yeah,
Can I trust you?
definitely. All right, if it's the sewers you want, there's only one place to go. But you'll never get it.
What, do you wind up in LA? Is this a meth lab? The Star Wars meth lab?
I would not be surprised.
We're gonna see Bryan Cranston here somewhere?
You're goddamn right. We're gonna see the one who knocks.
Yep, there's a spice. But, yep.
Ah, nuts. Better call Saul.
Yep, definitely a meth lab. Yeah, that dog.
Oh, I seem to have lost my way.
Yeah, well, get back to work.
Oh, that hurt a lot more than it used to.
It's a trap.
Oh, you.
I figured you'd be smarter than to risk everything for a spoiled little...
This is like a bomb. I could smoke this.
Really figured you out. You're not a Jedi anymore, Kenobi. You're just a man. You're bleeding all over my floor.
Well, you see his blood is on the floor 49 times.
Pocket sand!
Bushes of love. But we all got a chicken duck woman thing waiting for us.
For us. It's...
Wait.
Let go of it!
Wait!
Let go! Who are you?
Your father sent me. I'm here to help you.
Why should I trust you?
Would you rather stay here? Now let's go.
Leia's smart.
Yeah.
Get over here!
It's more like reptile.
This is catnip.
It's like, oh, this is some good shit. My finger.
May the
can do
420 be with you.
Where is he? Is that a...
this.
You're a Jedi?
Quiet.
It's just... You seem kind of old and beat up.
You would too if you spent 10 years in the desert.
We need to make the last transport.
Okay, then let's go.
Wait.
Mm.
You've no idea what I'm risking being here, Your Highness. And now I'm going to do exactly as you're told. Do you understand?
Obi-Wan Leia adventure. Never thought we'd see the day.
You would kidnap an Imperial Senator's child?
We've done worse.
You have no right.
Whatever power you are craving, it will not change what you are.
And what is that?
The least of us. You came to us from the gutter. Your ability gave you station, but all the power in the world can't mask the stench beneath.
Maybe that stench is your failure.
Good to see racism alive and well in Star Wars.
Kenobi in myself.
I feel like she's gonna kill all of them by the time this series is done.
I don't think she can kill those three.
I want every lowlife and bounty hunter on this planet to know Kenobi is here.
Unless they're not the ones from Rebels.
To me.
You really think those scum can catch a Jedi?
I don't want them to catch him. I want them to squeeze him. He'll reveal himself eventually.
Yeah, little green. Cape. You don't need those. And the gloves. If anyone asks what farmers from Tor and you're my daughter.
Granddaughter, maybe.
So sassy.
That's Leia.
Yeah.
That's Carrie Fisher.
This place is incredible.
Don't smell anything. Don't look at anything. Don't touch anything.
You sound like my parents.
I'm supposed to be pretending to be your father, so.
Why aren't you using your lightsaber? Maybe it's because you're not really a Jedi. I heard they all lied. I read that Jedi can make things float. Make me float.
What?
I want to float.
No.
Oh, you'll float all right, but we'll get to that.
Decades later.
Oh.
You think the less you say, the less you give away. But really, it's the opposite.
How old are you?
10.
You don't sound like you're 10.
Thank you.
Some kids mature faster.
Seriously, though, she seems way too young to be 10.
Also, he should know that she's 10. He was there when she was born.
We had him. Look at this reward.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
This is with the girl. But I have half of the city on them now.
Let's get home first.
Good luck, bro.
Who was?
There's a bounty hunter.
You knew that
Make
pretty fast.
sure the port is shut down. I want the garrison here within the hour. And
Can't believe this is the
remember,
first
this is no
stormtrooper,
ordinary
fourth
Jedi.
stormtroopers
Kenobi
we've
is
seen.
the last ember of a dying age.
There's something you should see, Grand Inquisitor.
At this point, I'm wondering who's going to kill her first, Obi-Wan or the other Inquisitors.
Vader just busts on in and just like kills her.
Stay here for now. No noise from that.
Her name's Lola, and she won't make any. She's hurt.
Good.
Oh, it's mean.
Sorry, not what I meant.
What happened to her anyway?
She was ripped to pieces by kidnappers. She'll be alright though. She's strong.
I let your parents know you're safe. You'll be back in the palace, back to normal by nightfall.
Normal.
Good luck with that.
Great.
Stay here.
Don't leave her alone.
Why don't you just smash it?
What is that? Why is there a picture of you? You could lie.
Leia.
That's what you were hiding. You're the reason I'm here. They took me to get to you. Did my father even send you?
Of course he did. Leia, listen.
How do I know you're not the real
You
kidnapper?
have to trust me, Leia.
You're a Jedi.
Your father is a very old friend.
I don't believe you.
Leia.
Seriously, dude, you need to prove yourself right now.
Yeah. Like, I don't blame her for being suspicious.
Yeah. Like, you need to give some evidence. I'm not saying whip out the lightsaber or anything like that, but...
Like, make something flow.
Yeah.
It's just tell us where it is.
Oh, look, Obi-Wan shot first. Ooh, clothesline the guy. She is very fast. Parkour.
Crap.
Damn it. Whee!
She gonna do the superhero landing?
It's... She do like Matrix jumps. That's totally unnecessary. Stop shooting at me, goddammit! Is that a dinosaur? He's gonna make her float. This guy too. That's so necessary.
You just shot her off. Yeah.
We have these wire works for the day, and damn it, we're gonna use them.
Hold on. Hold on tight. Hold on.
Trust in the Force.
Leia, no! No!
Force powers. Yep. I guess it's like using an old forgotten muscle. Well, shit.
You better GTFO.
Are you alright?
You really are a Jedi.
She says out loud.
All incoming and outgoing travel is canceled. Identification record.
Well, we knew that was coming.
Who were they?
Inquisitors.
Who are you?
The bounty is on me. Let her go. Listen carefully. The entire city's locked down. It's done. You need another exit. It's a cargo port. It's fully automated. They won't be looking for you there. Go to Transport 8.
What are you talking
It's
about?
a trap!
Give them a cruiser. They'll be waiting.
Who will be waiting?
There are people out there who can help you.
Expect me to trust you. You're a criminal.
Look, have I made a few bad decisions? Sure. Do I feel bad about it? Sometimes.
Hmm.
Do I like credits? Yeah. There's so much stuff you can buy with credits. Haja. You remembered my name.
At least he's honest.
I'm trying to
Sort
make
of.
amends. I got that family safe, and I'm going to do the same for you. If I'd known what you were...
Doesn't matter what I am. I just need to get the girl home.
Go to these coordinates. They'll help you from there.
And how do I know this isn't just a trap?
What choice do you have?
So I've been stuck between a rock and a hard
Take
place.
as much time as I can.
I know she put a bounty on Kenobi. Where is he?
Also, I thought being former Jedi, they could do the whole Force come and tell the truth thing. Or is that just a Sith ability?
Finally, we meet. We both know why you're here. I am Martial History. Jedi, you found me. You're as good as they say. He puts the bounty on me now. Doesn't matter because you will not get it.
You're no Jedi.
Heh. It's all right through you.
You know what one is.
I am the only Jedi around.
Like I was an actor in Eternals and then he's an actor in here.
That wasn't magnets, was it? What did you ask? You know what? I'm not gonna answer it.
I figured she knew that ability. Although it kind of begs the question, why didn't she do that on Owen?
Then they won't look for us here.
Well, not unless it's a setup.
Is it that hard to believe he might have friends?
Yeah.
Look, since I met you, I've been chased, shot at, I almost fell to my death. Now there are inquisiting people after us. If somebody is offering us help, I think we should take it. Now come on. What now?
Nothing, you just remind me of someone. She was fearless too, and stubborn.
I'm not stubborn.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. Was your friend a Jedi too?
No, she was a leader. She died a long time ago.
I'm sorry.
Me too.
Ooh, here we go.
Obi-Wan.
I'm out and play.
If I don't come back in time, go. I'll be right behind you, I promise. Go.
You don't have to worry. You're not going to die. Today. Lord Vader will be pleased. He's alive, Obi-Wan. Anakin Skywalker is alive.
How do you know who?
I know.
He's been looking for you for a long time.
Oh, sister! I can stand the reek of your ambition no longer.
I found him. We have him.
And I cannot risk you losing him again.
You basically had him. You're like fucking things up right now.
Watch and learn.
Okay, so he's definitely not the same Inquisitor from Rebels.
Who's in the gutter now?
I have a theory. I think she's very close with Darth Vader, and he assigned her to find Obi-Wan. Despite, what the Grand Inquisitor would have told her.
Makes sense. I don't know why I never put together before that Obi-Wan never realized Anakin survived.
I think he was kind of dealing with a lot at the time. He just basically left his former apprentice for dead. Had to go and save these babies. He had to go into hiding.
Oh shit. Oh shit, there he is.
Yeah.
Wearing his mask like a good boy.
Is he social distancing though?
He's in a tank, so I assume so. Oh shit. I mean, I knew he knew that Anakin was alive, given they faced off on the Death Star before his death. I figured he didn't know till that point. Or maybe I thought he did. I don't know. So one of those things you never really think about.
I assume he still felt his presence at some level, but probably kind of like...
I mean, doubtful.
Ignored it.
Doubtful. He went right to Tatooine afterwards. He's been there for 10 years, and it's not like Vader has any reason to go there.
Also, I feel like maybe I'm breathing a little too much into this, but my idea of when Leia gives the distress call to R2, I didn't think she personally knew Obi-Wan. I figured from the way she asks for help, sounds like she only heard stories about him from Bail about the Clone Wars. I don't know if she actually ever met Obi-Wan at any point in time.
Well, if it was just stories, and theoretically she would think he'd be dead, given most of the Jedi were dead. Why would she send out a message to him if she thought otherwise?
I think that Bail still knew. I could see Bail showing up, asking Obi-Wan for help, knowing that he's still around.
Yeah, but keep in mind, when Leia was caught, she was trying to deliver plans to the rebellion. Then she knew that there was no way out. That's when she sent that personal message to R2. So she herself thought to contact Obi-Wan.
Or she used the Force.
Yeah, that too. Honestly, to me, it makes more sense that, like, she knew he was out there because she had met him. And keep in mind, he goes by a different name, and she knows his real name. I know Bail could have said stories about him and stuff, but I don't know. I just feel like it makes a little more sense that she actually did meet him, as opposed to just, on the off chance, send a message to this Jedi that most think are dead.
Well, like I said, from the way she talks about him, she didn't seem to know him personally. That's my, take on it. I could be very wrong.
Well, another point to the fact that, yeah, she did meet him, she named her son after him. Because think about it. If we're going by the original canon, and she never actually met Obi-Wan, that meant she saw him briefly as he died. And it's like, yeah, he would mean something to Luke, but what would he necessarily mean to Leia?
So are you saying she knew Ben, she didn't know Obi-Wan?
I mean, obviously she knew what his real real name was eventually. That's how she addressed him in the message. But I'm just saying, that's probably why she named her son after him. Because of this adventure we're having right here. Well, this got even more intense than I originally thought. Like you said, we're on Tatooine, but like Coruscant version. I actually thought it was Coruscant at first. Didn't Coruscant become like a shithole by this point?
Who knows? Yeah. I don't think we've seen Coruscant since episode 3.
Probably. I mean, I know the Senate still meets there and whatnot, but... You know.
Like, I think they might have shown it at the very end of Return of the Jedi in the special edition, but... I don't know. Like I said, I think episode 3 was really the last time that we ever saw Coruscant in current times. Who knows, maybe when the Bad Batch comes back, maybe they'll visit it. I don't know, it seems like it'd be a very hot location.
Speaking of clones, so that's what they meant by Boba's actor showing up in this. Because I did hear rumors of that, but they didn't specify really, so it was a nice little reference there, I thought.
From what I heard, he said he had interest in coming back as one of the clones. And yeah, he could always come back as like Rex or any of the clone troopers that survived.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of them seem to. I mean, had this one survived 10 years after the fact. This whole search and rescue mission. I'm surprised Obi-Wan got as far as he did without his powers, honestly. I mean, that kudos to him showing what a capable warrior he is and everything. I'm surprised he didn't use any of his powers up until Leia fell. Imagine that must hurt a bit. You know, you don't use the Force for a while, and then you're exercising all of your mental capacities to stop a body from dropping. It's like, ouch.
I guess it's like you don't know what you're capable of until you're under duress.
And it's like, I don't blame Leia for being suspicious, you know, given what she's went through. And as she said, Obi-Wan is keeping a lot from her, like he does from everybody. Not that you can blame him. Seriously, by the end of this, like, this poor guy, I wouldn't be surprised if he was coming out of a panic attack in the next episode.
I'm like, not to say anything, the child actress playing Leia is decent, but I feel like they went way too young with her. Like, she does not feel like she's a 10-year-old.
Some kids look that young. Honestly, I used to get away with being 5 years younger than I actually am. Seriously, in the comments, ask me how old I am and see if you can get it right. I probably do look my age now, but point being, I was mistaken for younger when I was a kid. I was 12 and people thought I was 8. So it happens. I think she does a good job, though. I mean, she even carries herself the way Leia does.
No, absolutely. Like I said, I just don't feel like she feels like a 10-year-old is the only gripe I have. I think the child actress is very good at portraying Leia. But if it, you know, a younger version of Leia. Younger than even 10 years old is what I'm saying.
Well, also keep in mind, too, the issue with using child actors, especially around that age gap, is that they can go through puberty like that. So given how long this took to come out, probably wanted to get someone who was fairly young enough, so that way, as she aged throughout the process, it wasn't so noticeable. I mean, that's the only way I can logic it. Nice surprise inclusion of, what was his name again? The fake Jedi?
Kumail Nanjiani as Haja.
Yeah. Maybe he's going to be our Hondo in this. He really seems like the type when you think about it.
I am surprised he didn't just bite it with that Inquisitor.
I mean, I don't know.
There might be something more to him than we were led to believe.
I mean, maybe. I mean, obviously he's out for the credits. That much is true.
True, but I think he might have some Force sensitivity or something. I mean, obviously, I know he's a shyster, scammer, probably has no real fine attunement to the Force, but the fact that he was able to stand up to the Inquisitor and live in the end, granted she got what she wanted from him, I think there might be something still more to his character at least.
I mean, maybe he might become an ally. He did help Obi-Wan get out, theoretically. I mean, we don't know if he's leading toward a trap or whatever. I mean, it's hard to tell with this guy. I mean, I guess maybe given that he now knows the guy is an actual Jedi, maybe his fanboyness of Jedis is what is leading him to actually help. I don't know, it would be nice just to show that he does have an ally, because Lord knows they need it with the amount of bad guys that are probably on their ass right now.
Yeah, definitely.
I told you she was going to end up killing at least one of them.
Yep.
Especially that one guy, like, God, he was just constantly getting in her way. And yes, I get it, she's using really brutal methods, but you're looking for Jedi here, and you can't monologue people into giving them up. I mean, come on. And I know it was a whole racism thing with him and everything, but he got what he deserved, honestly. That was a sweet little moment where he compared her to Padme.
Yeah.
I mean, she is definitely like Padme in a lot of ways, although... in my opinion, given how, at her age right now, she reminds me more of Anakin than Padme. I mean, I expected Obi-Wan to almost get, like, more PTSD in that regard, given she doesn't listen to him, she's always doing her own thing, he has to chase after her and save her. Anakin all over again.
But, you know, she's probably got traits from both Anakin and Padme.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, like, different, because, like, with Luke was, like, so obedient and so dutiful toward his Jedi learning and everything. In that sense, he was more like Padme.
It seems like Owen must have eventually beat it into him, because you see he runs off, and he ultimately wants to be a starship pilot.
Well, I mean, he had a typical, like, kid moment, ADD moment. He's like, ooh, a helmet, I'm gonna go play with it and, like, not tell my uncle what I'm doing.
Point is, yeah, like I said, I think as he got older, Owen clearly beat a lot of his rebellion out of him.
Well, he definitely was, like, leading him on a lot more, because remember how every year Luke asked to go to the academy, and every year Owen said, sure, if the harvest is good, and it never was, so.
You're kind of feeding into my argument there that he probably ultimately manipulated him. Yeah, Owen might not be a good man.
I mean, he's good in the sense that he at least wanted to protect him. Even when the Inquisitor was, like, holding a lightsaber up to him, he did not spill the beans on Luke or Obi-Wan. So, kudos to him for that, at the very least. Given that he had this kid dumped on him that basically made him and his wife a target, and he still goes out of his way to protect them regardless. I mean, I guess he just has a strong sense of family in that way. So, you know, you can't fault him for that. Again, yes, I know he kept Luke there for the longest time, probably would have kept him there his whole life, but given what they're dealing with right now in regards to Leia, can you really blame him? And now that Anakin knows that Obi-Wan's alive, I'm wondering where exactly this is gonna go. I'm still questioning the gap here. Because again, it's assumed that Anakin had no idea Obi-Wan was still alive up until that fight on the Death Star. So that means if he knows about Obi-Wan, in the, 9-10 ensuing years, he wasn't able to find him once? Also, I assume eventually he's going to find out about him being with Leia. He's going to make that whole connection, too, with the Organa family as well. So you think they would have been bigger targets. I mean, I know that it ultimately comes to fruition when Alderaan gets destroyed, but you think that would happen a lot sooner. But yeah, these 2 episodes overall, I'm intrigued.
Yep.
Like, definitely paint me intrigued. It's surprising, it's unexpected, it honestly fills in a couple of plot holes and gaps that you don't really think about until they point it out to you. And it makes sense. Plus, you have good acting overall, you have great action, and you have the whole, like, mystery and stuff of what's going on with that one Inquisitor. Why is she going so hard in all this? Because I figured she must have had a personal connection to Obi-Wan, but if her connection is more through her possibly being an apprentice to Darth Vader, just wanting to appease him, then yeah, that makes things all the more, oof. Yeah, because Vader's had, like, how many apprentices since turning evil?
I mean, I haven't played The Force Unleashed, so I don't know about that. But obviously, like I said, he's clearly been involved in the Inquisitors, so I think there's at least 10 of them.
I imagine.
If not more.
Because I remember Yahtzee talking about Force Unleashed or something, about how, like, Vader's been trying to fulfill that parental void and stuff, and, like, taking on these orphans to raise as his own and whatever, and of course it always ends badly.
I mean, I'll probably look it up, but if anybody wants to drop in the comments how many Inquisitors there are, yeah, that would go right ahead.
I mean, there couldn't have been that much, given we don't see them by the time the trilogy started. I imagine most of them probably got killed off during Rebels.
I mean, let's face it, honestly, a lot of them probably didn't make it too far in the process of training anyway, or I'll bet you the Emperor ordered a lot of them to be killed off if they got too good or whatever.
Yeah, that stupid rule of 2 where even if you train someone in the Sith ways and they get really good, the second they start getting too good, that's when the Emperor goes... Because he doesn't want anyone taking over from him or his personal apprentice.
He doesn't want anyone potentially being a threat.
We see Maul come back, take over an entire planet with just the help of his brother and a bunch of gang members. And rather than praise him, what does he do? He fucking kills his brother and then further cripples him. It's like, yeah, good job, guy. I mean, at least you kept Maul out of the original trilogy and it made sense, but even so, come on.
Yeah, is there any reason why Maul wanted to see the fall of the Empire? Well, before it even started, given that apparently he knew the whole time that it was going to be a thing.
Your ultimate backfire. So yeah, first 2 episodes, 10 out of 10 so far. I can't really find anything to gripe about this so much.
I'd give it an 8 out of 10 at least. I mean, there's some stuff that I've had a little bit of nitpickiness with.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously Obi-Wan shirking his duties as a Jedi, and I get it, he's doing it for his own safety, so he can ensure the safety of Luke, but like, that one kid who came to him for help and ultimately ended up dying, that was just...
Like I said, I think that was a fridge.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was there to inspire him to actually take action and seek out Leia. Although that's another thing, too, I'm glad they pointed out, is the fact that he's so determined to protect Luke, who is the next chosen one, at the same time shirking his responsibilities with Leia. And I get it, it's different because Luke is on his own with his non-Force using family on a planet full of criminals, while she's living it up in the palace with, like, guards around her and stuff. But even so, once you hear that one of Anakin's children got kidnapped and the parents don't know where they are, you kind of need to take action on that. He seems so determined that Luke was going to gain Force powers. It's like, what about Leia? What makes you think she's not going to? And like, I don't know if they can tell that stuff when they're born or they're infants. I guess they can to a degree. Especially because we saw that Leia can do a bit of Force powers.
What are you saying, like, having some sort of check for their Force powers? Because I think that's basically how a lot of the younglings got recruited in the first place.
I know they can to a degree, and they had that book, I guess, where names of Jedi and future Jedi would show up for them to find and recruit, but even so, like, we see that Leia does have Force powers. We see later on she definitely has Force powers, so the fact that he's not as occupied with her as he is with Luke just... I don't know, that always rubbed me the wrong way. And I get it, like, Leia probably wasn't originally supposed to be a Jedi. She just had the one connection to Luke by virtue of them being twins. But I thought, to a degree, she had some Force powers. And they expanded upon that in later stuff. So I guess next time we'll watch more of the adventures of Obi-Wan and Leia. Never thought I'd say that in my lifetime. And see where Obi-Wan goes from here. If he can protect her from the Inquisitor and ultimately Vader. So until next time, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And may the Force be with you. Till next time. Lord knows they need it.